Hello, everyone, and welcome to the round 17 review for AFL Supercoach 2025. Just before we get stuck into it, there's been a few milestones over the last year, this season, and these are just a few of them. We've had the Western Bulldogs. They celebrated their 100 years in the competition at round 2, 2025. Next, we had Patrick Dangerfield, who celebrated his 350th game in round 15, 2025. And then they did that thing with the t-shirts and all that. We had Supercoach Lock, who has reached 500 subscribers. No, that hasn't happened yet. So, if you could, leave me a like and a subscribe. And finally, Isaac Kako, he had a spike game. Well, he scored a 98, and yay, it's time to celebrate. And especially good if you held him, because you might have needed him this week if you had him on your forward bench, because Bailey Smith was laid out, so that 98 would have been really handy. Alright, enough of that, let's get into the video. Alright, very happy with that Isaac Kako spike game. Hopefully that's just beginning as an Essendon man. Hopefully there's many more to come. Alright, so let's get into my actual team. I don't have Kako anymore. Round 17, trades. We traded out Aiden Johnson. Who's that? That's the bald bloke that got suspended twice, and didn't score very well. When he was in the side, he averaged like 35 or something. Anyway, he's also out with an ankle injury, so just decided to turf him and actually paid up for Alexander Taru from the Saints. He's available as a defender forward, which I liked, and I actually moved him to the back line because we need to cover for Lockie Whitfield. And around 16, to around 17, vice captain. We had Cherry as our vice captain, 126, who unfortunately went down. I think he copped a knock to the head, and he was looking like having a monster score, but then he just stopped, and then in the last quarter, a lot of time on the bench. So, apparently he's good to go this weekend, but it's something to keep an eye out on. And Max Holmes, well, he didn't score a 131, he scored a 100. So, we lost out on 26 points there because we got greedy. Alright, so, he did get 36 touches, I think, but I think he must have butchered the ball because, I didn't actually watch the game. But, he scored 100 and he narrowly avoids the red zone here. Alright, and it brings our average down from 133 to 131.7. So, let's get into the team, see how we did. I think Supercoach has opened. Alright, we scored at 2,250, which was looking good until a few things happened. We've gone down another 1,177 spots. We won 2 out of our 8 games. Oh, man, it's not looking good. Not looking good, especially because we've only got 2 trades left. I was actually contemplating using one of them, on Saturday and Sunday, which, I'll go through shortly. Alright, but, let's just go have a look at the team. Oh, boy. Alright, so, first off, Maxi Holmes let us down with a 100. He scored a heap. He scored pretty big in, the Dream Team AFL Fantasy, but I'm guessing he must have butchered the ball. I did not watch much football at all this weekend, so, disappointing there. We should have taken that 126. That was a bit silly of me, I think. Jordan Clark with a 50. Oh, my Sunday. Jeez, I've just had a terrible Sunday, and he got tagged by, I think it was Campbell, and only scored a 50. Come on. Zorko, he's hit the ton, so happy with that. Lockie Whitfield didn't play, but we had Taru on the bench for us as an emergency, and he scored 81, which, I'll take that as a rookie score. Alright, Callum Mills at 107. Yeah, that's good. That's what we want from you. And then we had Matt Roberts. Now, I think I said in my last video I was contemplating on, just trading Roberts to Jeremy Cameron. And, didn't pull the trigger. Probably should have. Alright, so, and as the sub, now he's not only dropped in cash, but his spot in the side is going to be, in question. I thought, looking at the bench for the Sydney team, I'm like, I can't remember who else was on the bench, but I was thinking, yeah, surely it's going to be Jack Buller. That's going to start as a sub here. But no, it was Matt Roberts. So, yeah, I don't even want to talk about it anymore. Will we have to trade you out? Maybe. We'll wait for team selection, but it's looking likely. All right, on to the midfielders. Nick Dacos, 127, very nice. Zach Butters, 113, very nice. Bontempelli, 133. A lot of people would have had the VC on him. Yeah, I probably would have taken it, even though Tristan Cherry only scored 7 points more. But anything like 130 plus I would have taken. Connor Rozee, speaking of 130 pluses, he scored a 131. And hey, Zach Merritt with a 159. Wow. Put him in the midfield, and wow, he scores a 159 and not tagged either. Wow, amazing. Jack Sinclair. Oh, man, he's stinking the place up at the moment. Should call him Jack Stinclair. Sorry. Sheasel, another sub-ton with a 94. Okay. And Chera, 89. Okay, so yeah, we might be forced to keep you. At least you're not Patrick Cripps. Zach Johnson, 79. So, yeah, what I was planning on doing Saturday. So we heard Bailey Smith was a late out. I could have moved, Bailey Smith up in here. This is just playing around with my trades. And just using some DPP, move. I can't remember who it was. I think it was, I could have moved at the time, Jack Sinclair up here. Anyway, could have taken Zach Johnson, 79. Maybe got Roberts off the ground. This is including trading in Jeremy Cameron as well. But yeah, I didn't pull the trigger there. But yeah, sorry, where was I? Yeah, but Zach Johnson, 79. Hopefully he can give us some decent cover. I don't think he's going to qualify for DPP, whenever that is. I think it might be next week, I think. I'm not sure about that. I'll have to look that up. But 79. Hopefully he can be cover for the rest of the year. Bo Allen, 41. Yeah, not really expecting much here. More brought him into... Well, maybe one day we might need his 40 scores. But, just because he's got that defender status as well. So, I can play around with these guys and move them around, where needed. And Boxall did not play because Ross is a toss. Max Gawn, 79. Yeah, could have traded him out at like 750k. But... I expect him to bounce back. Who's he playing this week? Oof. Okay, we've got our two rucks playing against each other next week. Well, that's if Cherry gets up, that is. 126, like I said before, was looking like having a monster score. I thought, you beauty, I've got nailed this vice captain. And then he gets off injured. I don't know if he was injured, but yeah, he did definitely cop a knock to the head, and to the point where the opposition was saying like, "Hey mate, you alright?" But yeah, I found that just really weird what happened there. Anyway, Harry Boyd didn't play. Bailey Smith late out. The classic Geelong late out. Bloody hell. Jack McRae 116. Yep, that's fine. Matraka a bit disappointing. 79. Did not watch this game at all. Sam Darcy, 73, was I think he scored 4 second half goals or something. This was looking like a really bad score, but he came back with a nice 73. And who have they got this week? Bulldogs. Adelaide. So yeah, it might be a bit of a tough match there. Rankin, 131. Scored 5 goals. You beauty. First time in about, 6-7 weeks at least, where you've had a 100 plus score. So thank you very much, Isaac. Caleb Daniels, 79. Same as Petrarca. Expect a little bit more, but not surprised at that score either. Butler didn't play. Simpson didn't play. Actually, when's he due back? TBA. Oh, Jesus. Okay, that's not good. We had Tom McCarthy in our flex with an 82. So, yeah, I know he's not going to score 100 every week, but 80 is pretty solid. All right, so looking at trades. Well, currently I'm not planning on trading, but I might have to if Roberts is out, Or maybe, oh no, I was going to see, maybe I could see what Taru scores first and then, loop him. But, yeah, St Kilda, Sydney, they play each other first off. And Richmond, Campbell Gray here, plays before them. So that's not going to work. So maybe we might have to trade. If I don't have to, I won't. That's because I've only got 2 trades left. And I want to hold on to them for dear life. And yeah, I might have a look during the week. I'm not going to go through trade scenarios just now. But if I was going to trade out Roberts, I'd bring maybe Bo Allen back here and, use some DPP magic and, hopefully trade in like a mid forward. So I've got plenty of mid, defenders here. Just need some more mid forwards in case, just to cover. All right, like what I did with Bruce Reville last year. He came in handy as some forward cover that could cover, midfield or forward. All right, so vice captain, early selections. All right, you got Carlton playing Brisbane. Zorko maybe. Gold Coast against Collingwood. Gotta go Dacos. Oh. So I've looked a bit further down here. Western Bulldogs, Adelaide. So I'm probably not going to go to the 2 big boys because they're playing against each other. GWS Geelong. Oh, I'm not going to go Max Holmes or Bailey Smith, I don't think. Maybe a Merritt. Ooh, yeah. Either Dacos or Merritt playing against Richmond. And Collingwood playing against Gold Coast, who just let Merritt score off 159. Fremantle, Hawthorn. Nah, probably not going to go there. No, I'm not going to go Cherry or Gawn because they're playing against each other. Probably not going to go Jack McRae or Sinclair, who's been stinking it up. And captain, well, we've got Port Adelaide and West Coast in the last game, so I'm obviously going to go with Tom McCarthy, captain. There we go. No, I'm only joking. Zach Butters. Alright, so yeah, that's probably what I might roll with, but I'll update this probably on Thursday nights. Yeah, because I'm not going to use any trades on my Carlton or Brisbane players, so probably after that game I'll bring out the next video. Alright, well that's it for this one. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.